Hi guys, welcome back. Martial arts monk here. Catholic priest, Benedictine monk, and Jiu-Jitsu purple belt. Now, I know coming from a purple belt, this might be a weird thing and might come across as a hot take. I don't mean that. No disrespect is meant here. But I do think that the recent fight with Gordon Ryan back in December of 22 and the fight with Mikey Musumeci versus Bayern raises an important question. I think it brings up the question of leg locks. And I don't mean this in like a professional context, should they be legal, look at the damage they did. Because you're a professional fighter, you could die in the ring. I'm not worried about that. But I mean, when looking at stuff from the fundamental question of, are we training a martial art or a sport? Because I love leg locks. I think they're great. I think they're important. Where I'm at in the country, we have a Donner influence, so we have leg lock city. I mean, blue belt's a leg lock here. Like, as a white belt, I got heel hooked in no gi. Never gi, but, no gi be, Thunderdome. But I think as we saw how Gordon Ryan was able to still fight with a broken ankle, as we saw how Bayern was still able to stay in the game. Now, he got dominated, but he was able to have that match go to time against Mikey Musumeci. I think we have to be honest with the fact that the age-old adage of going for the neck, if you want to treat jiu-jitsu, judo, sambo, anything, as a martial art, an art of war, an art of Mars, is key. Again, that's not me saying that leg locks are bad. I love them. I play with them all the time. I hit him, actually, Mikey locking a guy not too long ago. But they don't take a guy out of the fight. Plus, to get to them, you got to go down. You're on the ground. If he has a buddy, if he has a boy, you have a problem. Standing guillotine, you don't have the same problem. And you saw it with the Mikey fight. Eventually, he looks over at his corners like, what's going on? And he'll eventually, in that fight, he eventually starts working for the choke. But I do think the leg lock game has to be questioned. It has to be seen primarily as a sport move. That doesn't mean it's not effective. It doesn't mean you can't use it in self-defense. There's that video from years ago of those kids fighting in the schoolyard, in a bathroom, at I think a high school or middle school. And the one kid just gets heel hooked and just cranks on the bully's, the aggressor's ankle. And watching it, you can clearly see like, dude, that's nasty. That kid's going to have some issues. But at the same time, the fight kept going. In a real life situation, the fight kept going. Just like with Bayern, just like with Gordon Ryan. So I think if we're going to be honest with ourselves about what we're doing, we need to be honest about that element of it. Do we want to focus on jiu-jitsu, sambo, judo as a sport? Or do we want to be a martial artist? Do we want to know how to fight? What instincts are we building? I train with a couple police officers. I'm not going to teach them to go for the leg. Teach them to get mount, teach them to get back, teach them to get control. Because in a life and death situation, I want the neck. I don't want your ankle or your knee. I want to choke you out from my feet if I have to. But I always pray I don't have to. Thoughts? Comments? Again, I'm just a purple belt, but I think it's an important conversation. God love you. Peace.